created the federal government. This thing is criminal. I mean, Obama has in the bill where certain unions don't have to pay the extra money, but others do. He has in the bill where certain states are exempt. It's unjust weights and measures. It's discrimination. And so I tell him, go ahead and pass your stinking bill, because this is going to be the wake-up call to everybody in this country. It's a whole new taxation system.
You know what I find fascinating? They just don't stop. It keeps coming.
Like the communists.
I mean, it's just one thing after the next.
Exactly. They're just completely Look, George, you know this better than I, but a year ago, polls were basically 50-50. You could find some 45% for, 55 against. You could find some, vice versa. All the polls I see now are between 70 and 80% against this bill. I mean, when Kucinich was being honest and when Howard Dean were being honest, they said it's a ripoff. It cuts Medicare and Medicaid, raises your taxes. It gives liability protection to insurance companies. No one wants this. No one wants to go along with this. And so the voters were saying, you better not do it. And we've seen all these other elections where Democrats in seats that were ironclad, like in Massachusetts, with Kennedy's seat, with Brown, they're being thrown out. But see, the Democrats don't care. They're bought and paid for. This is a revolution. This is their takeover, their collectivism. And look, as bad as Bush was, I mean, Barack Obama and the people behind him and the big banks that want to control our health care, this is even worse. And they are going to be completely removed from office. My issue is, in the next few years, in the next few elections, we've got to make sure the Republicans, when they get into power, repeal this.
Let's just hope they do the right thing. Who knows?
Exactly.
It might be time for a third party.
Listen, I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm no fan of either political party. It's just that meet the new boss, same as the old boss, isn't true anymore. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And so, exactly, George, I mean, what's this next Republican leadership going to be like?
This reminds me of Keystone Cops, where, they're in Bush's camp and they all run away, and then they all run to President Obama's camp. Now they're all running away. It's almost like they don't know where to go next. We'll go to Tampa, Florida, east of the Rockies. Chuck, take it away.
Oh, good evening, George and Alex. Good to talk to you guys.
Okay.
Hey, I've been really upset about this census issue here for the last few days, and you guys talking about it right now just fits right in with. It really has me very upset, and it's not just the fact that they are asking the 10 questions. That's bad enough.
38.
Well, it was 10 on the one I had. I had the little short form one.
Well, you're right. There are different variants, but there's a 38 form going out.
Well, and the fact that they're asking the questions is bad enough, but the fact that we as citizens of this country, and supposedly it's a free country, that we just sat back and allowed this to happen to the point where this is actually happening and it's real, and you get like another stupid tax form in the mail.
Exactly. Goons show up at your house.
Yeah.
And demand you fill out a bunch of questions about your insurance and your house and your bank account.
It's truly amazing.
It's intrusive is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Chuck, tell me, did you have to put a stamp on that to send it back, or
no,
they're paying for that?
It's postage paid, and they send you the envelope. But now get this. Here's what they did. About a week ago, they sent out a letter in another envelope. And obviously, if I got one, there's millions of them that were sent out, so that's going to cost the taxpayers all sorts of extra money. And all it was a little one-page announcement saying that, okay, heads up, in about a week to 10 days, we're going to send you your census form, so please be looking for that.
Exactly. And George, what about this? And for your caller, I read that they spend $1 billion on advertising, how great it is to do this, and people are getting these unconstitutional questionnaires, and next we're going to get bossy minimum wage bureaucrats demanding we answer questions. Cops know they can't come to your door and make you answer questions. Why can some zit-faced 20-year-old college guy come to my house?
I just love this one. I mean, the one you were talking about. What time did you leave for work?
That's one of the questions.
Jeez. Let's go to California, Arroyo Grande. Dorothy, you're up with us on Coast to Coast.
Hi, George. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Two of you are just And the people around here are just beacons of light for all of us. I just want to thank you. But what the gentleman was just saying is correct. I got both. I've got the new census in front of me now. Prior to this, we got the American survey. And they sent a card telling us that we were getting the survey. We got the survey, and we looked at it, and the questions were exactly like you say, unbelievable. What time do you leave in the morning?
Yeah, well, let me just be clear, because I'm getting a lot of calls and emails. I've been covering this the last few weeks on Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. They're saying, well, I got 10 questions. Well, I got 38.
There's two different things we're talking about, right, Alex?
Well, I mean, they send out something called an American survey randomly.
Which is still mandatory to fill out.
Well, they claim it is, exactly. Yeah. And they threaten all these fines. But that's my point is, George, in 2000, it was 4 different forms. I've only confirmed there's 2 different this time. So that's the other point. They're not being honest in the media. This lady got both. That's what I was telling Tom tonight when I was talking to him, is that 2 different guys in my office got 2 different forms, one with 10, one with 38. So it's not even.
Well, she's going to get the census one, as everyone will, and then and then you're one of 3 million people that got this survey. I believe.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it so many personal questions in that survey, and my husband filled it out, and we waited a little bit. We thought, are we going to answer all these?
You really didn't want to mail it back, did you?
No, we didn't. And so within those 2 weeks, we got another card from them saying, we already sent you the survey, and we warned you it was coming. Did you get it? So he sent it back, and I think there might have been 1 or 2 questions that maybe he didn't answer. Like,
which one did you find, Dorothy, to be the strangest?
The American survey, right?
The American survey, and I think it was the what time do you leave in the work?
Yeah, I've
work
got
in the
that
morning.
one.
That creeped me out.
But see, this is what I'm saying here. Is ma'am, you have a Fifth Amendment. Under the Constitution, it's only to pick how many representatives you get in Congress per state. And they can't ask you 10 questions or 38. That's what's so diabolical. This is openly illegal, just like Pelosi saying they're not going to have a House vote. All spending bills have to start in the House. This is a Senate bill. And even McCafferty on CNN said this is sleazy and illegal today. I mean, this isn't just me saying this. Folks, that's what I mean. The government has gone completely lawless.
Give me the Alex Jones take on why they want this data.
Well, they've already got it to your cell phones, your internet, your computer, your bank statements under the Patriot Act. It's all being fed in. They want to set the precedent that you go through naked body scanners and you submit to them, that you stop at checkpoints and the police take blood without warrants, that you fill out 38-question forms whenever and however they say. It's about capitulation. It's about breaking our back. It's about pimping us and turning us into their little minions that follow orders. And that's, George, what this is all about. They've already got all this data. And the only group they don't know about is the 15 to 30 million. Most numbers show 30 million. The government says 15 million illegal aliens.
That's right.
Doing whatever they want, whenever they want. If there's one group they want to question under the Constitution, under defending the borders, that is covered. Our founders had it figured out. And so this whole thing is, they already have it all, folks. They just want to make you pony up and bow down and kiss the ring and submit. But thank God for, I mean, George, I remember hearing you a year ago say don't take the flu shot. And now it was in the major newspapers in the U.S., England, and Canada, the National Post in Canada, the head of the EU program saying the shot was dangerous, didn't protect you, and was bad. And so the bottom line is we're beginning to win. They're just trying to break our back and force us to submit to them, but it's not going to work.
But what a battle. Alex's website, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, and we'll be back in just a moment on Coast to Coast AM as we look for ancient astronauts.